Today's episode is brought to you by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join our team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join our team.
From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Emma Stein with today's Free Press Voice Briefing. It's Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. Michigan journalist Danny Fenster shared details of his Myanmar jail release for the first time on 60 Minutes on Sunday. Originally from Huntington Woods, Fenster was the managing editor of a magazine called Frontier Myanmar when he was seized at the airport. He was accused of spreading false and inflammatory information and for violating his visa regulations. He was one of more than 100 journalists that were detained after the recent military coup. He was released in November after almost 6 months of imprisonment. Fenster talked about being kept in a small concrete cell and how sneaking his wife's secret notes using dental floss is what got him through.
I'm Teresa Baldus with the Detroit Free Press. The Oxford school shooting case has turned into a finger-pointing game between a son and his parents. Lawyers for the parents say the only one to blame for the tragedy is the one who pulled the trigger. In this case, their son, Ethan Crumbley. But in his journal, 15-year-old Ethan blames his parents for his actions. Quote, "I will cause the biggest school shooting in Michigan history," he writes. Quote, "I have fully mentally lost it after years of fighting my dark side. My parents won't listen to me about help or a therapist," end quote. Those words are now part of his defense strategy, as his lawyer told a judge this past week that this is someone who was having a mental health crisis and no one did a thing. Quote, "He had no one in his corner," end quote, she told the judge. Coincidentally, the prosecution has argued the same thing, saying those who lived with him 24/7 did nothing to help him. So whose fault is it that 4 children died in a shooting? As Ethan's lawyers mount their defense strategy, the bullseye right now is on his parents.
An out-of-state developer is on the prowl for some of Metro Detroit's biggest eyesores, especially large and obsolete industrial and commercial properties. North Point Development, based in Missouri, is becoming a savior for local development officials who have struggled for years to find buyers and uses for the sites. The company is the most active player in the Metro Detroit industrial market, with more than 5 million square feet of real estate projects that are under construction or soon to break ground. The industrial big boxes have a variety of potential uses, from light manufacturing to automotive supplier distribution centers.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department, previewing the huge game tonight in Ann Arbor. Michigan State, now ranked 25th in the country with just a week to go in the regular season, visits Michigan, who may need a win a little more than the Spartans right now to secure a spot in the NCAA tournament. Both teams here have rode a roller coaster all season long, and things get no easier for either squad. Tonight's game is a makeup from January's contest postponed after U of M was smacked with COVID. Because of that, both teams will play 3 games this week before next week's Big Ten tournament. Most March Madness forecasters have MSU in the big dance around the 7th seed and have Michigan just barely in, making tonight's game a virtual must-win, honestly, for both. Check out our preview coverage right now on freak.com and in this morning's Free Press, and join us for tip-off tonight at 8:30.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. I'll see you tomorrow.